Hello there, ladies and gentlemen, this is Spider, and welcome back to another review. And today we're going to be taking a look at the Star Wars Micro Galaxy Squadron Luke Skywalker's X-Wing. Now this is made by Jazwares, a company I didn't even know existed until this. They're usually known for making Halo figures, which is probably why I wasn't too familiar with them, because, yeah, I'm not really a big Halo fan. But they have now gone on to Star Wars. Let's see how they did. So first things first, we're going to take a look at the packaging. So let's get to do that. Get to do that? Yeah, let's get to do that. So here we have the packaging, and it is very shiny, reflective. You can see me in it. Hello. And, yeah. So you got a little thingy there. You got the name, which is a nice shiny silver. I like that. I like that it's all in silver. It makes it look cool. And then up here, trying to get it where it looks a little better. There you go. You can see it says Launch Edition and nice in gold. And the reason I think it says that is because I'm pretty sure this was one of the first ships in the Micro Galaxy Squadron line. I mean, you can even see there it's number 15, so pretty sure that's why it's called that. If it isn't, I have no idea why it's a launch edition. Anywho, so you got the side of the box, it's got Star Wars, you got the nice, cool background with all like TIE fighters and stuff back there. You got the side, which also looks very, very nice. You got the back, showing you all the things that the thing can do. And you got some other vehicles you can get. You got the bottom of the box, you can see me in it and all the other crap, and that's pretty much it. Alright. Next up, we got the minifigures. And I love how they come in this, whoops, and knocked over, this teeny little display. I really like this thing, especially because, you know, it's got their names on there and everything. I really like this. I think it's cool, especially like if you didn't want to display the figures inside the ship, you can put them in this and like put it next to the ship, and I don't know, I think that would look cool on the shelf. So I'm glad that this little thingy comes separate from the box. But enough about this. Let's get into the actual figures themselves. So first up here we got little itty bitty R2. So let's camera a little bit. Focus in. An itty bitty R2. Hopefully my camera picked it up. It picks it up quite nice. So here we have little itty bitty R2. And it's got no articulation. It's just a little plastic piece. But something I really, really appreciate, and I hope my camera can pick this up, is that all of the panels that R2 is known to have, like the ones going across the top, the one on the side, and all the ones in the middle, they're all sculpted in. You can kind of say that all of the panels he's got are sculpted. That is very impressive for how tiny this thing is. I mean, seriously, it's the size of a thumbnail. It's ridiculous. Yeah, the back of the figure, which is also nice and sculpted. So, yeah, very, very nice job on the sculpt work on this thing. Now, the paint, on the other hand, is kind of, just kind of like it's got a little blue on the top and on the side and on the front and right there. That's just kind of it. Obviously, they got the silver. So, yeah, not so much in the paint. I mean, it's not much you can expect at this size, but, yeah. Next up, you got Luke. So you got Luke there, and unlike R2, Luke actually has a little bit of articulation. So let's get into that. So his arms can move up. So he can be like, touchdown! Okay, sorry. And his legs can go forward like that. And I'm pretty sure the legs and arms or both legs and both arms are on the same piece. So you move one limb, you move the other. So, yeah. Oops. Let's hope I can get him standing. So he's pretty nice, and hopefully my camera can pick up. He's got some little detail on his face. He's got the goggles. So, yeah. Whoops. So, once again, sculpt. Very nice. Paint, however, is kind of eh. I mean, it's not bad. Far from it, especially at this size. But I don't know. Could have been a little more they could have done. But something that is pretty cool is that on the gloves and the boots, you can see that the paint on them is a bit more reflective than the rest of it. Because the gloves and boots are supposed to be rubber. So that's a nice little detail. Yeah. Overall, they're pretty nice. The sculpt work is fantastic for the size. And the paint work is pretty good. It could have been a little better, but overall it's really good for the size. Yeah. Now moving on to the ship. So here we have the X-Wing, and right off the bat, I just have to say it looks awesome. They did a very, very good job with the X-Wing. So we'll get up nice and close here and see if we can capture all those details. So, and got all those nice panel lines on the side. Get some nice panel lining on the wings. Yeah, this engine, maybe? Sort of? I don't know. You got this little gray bit here, which is detailed. Very nice. You get the back. You get the little thrusters, which are all individually sculpted. You get the little blasters. So yeah, it's just very nicely detailed and very nicely painted. You can see that like the whole thing is covered in this, like my camera isn't picking it up super well, but the whole thing is basically covered in this like in this paint that makes it look like it's a real like worn down, heavily used vehicle, which is fitting because, you know, the Rebels didn't exactly have the most pristine stuff, you know. So yeah, even the bottom, which, you know, usually is where things might get skimped out, but no, everything is just nice and dirty and nice and sculpted and everything. And you got like the red here is like all like scratched up, and this side is like kind of like fading a little bit. No, it's just more scratch, but whatever. So just overall, just very, very nice job. They did an excellent job at painting and sculpting this thing. It looks fantastic. But it's not just an X-Wing. There's some features it's got. So you can do the classic thing of opening up the wings. So you can just open them up. There's no button or anything. You just do it manually. But look at that. Look at it. Look at that. It looks so cool. Especially that side profile. Like, oh my goodness. This thing is so cool. I love that side profile. Like seeing the wings open. It's just so good. It's so good, man. You can close the wings back up, and unfortunately they don't close all the way. There is always a bit of a gap, but what can you do? And that's not it. There's even more stuff it can do. You see there's this little hook here. You can take that. You got a landing gear. There's two more back here, and the back two landing gear are a little more difficult. Jeez, they're a little more difficult to get than the front, and this one just really doesn't want to come out at all. Come on now, come on now, come on. Jeez, I've never had this much trouble with it before. Jeez, come on now, come on. I shook it like that was gonna make it come out. Alright, I'm just gonna do that off camera. It's annoying me. Okay, I finally got it out. Goodness, I have never had that much trouble with it before. That was weird. Anyways, so yeah, landing gear. So you can land it, have it on the ground. And that's, looks pretty cool. I guess I can lower the camera a little bit. Alright. Straighten it out a little bit. So yeah, you can land it, and that looks pretty cool. Now, obviously, there's one more thing you can do, because otherwise, these minifigures would be kind of pointless to be included. But you can put them inside the X-Wing, so let's do that. So you can just open up the cockpit, and even this is detailed. Look at this. There's even like weathering and detail inside of here. So they put a lot of care into this. Anyway, so you just get Luke into a seated position. You just seat him inside there and make sure he's all the way pushed back, because otherwise his head might get in the way of the cockpit. So you just close that up. And there you go. Yeah, Luke. Yeah, Luke in the X-Wing. And then you got R2, and he just slides right on back there. It looks rather nice. It looks really cool. You get the R2 and Luke in the X-Wing. And something I really appreciate about R2 is that, you know, trying to get him out, like, well, actually I guess it's not as difficult as I thought, but it might be a little difficult to get him out. It's apparently not. It's actually pretty easily. But if it was difficult, they got you covered, because you see there's this little panel back here, and you just push that up, and it pushes up R2, so you can get him out nice and easy. Isn't that cool? Yeah. I really like that. So yeah, it's pretty dang cool. I really like it. Yeah, and it looks very much like it did in the movie. Honestly, the only thing I can spot that's not quite right is when you come to the back here, you can see you got these thruster engine bits, whatever. You can see these top two are longer than the bottom two. Yeah, that's not accurate. All four of the thrusters are supposed to be the same length. So, yeah, that's not quite right. I don't know why they ended up making these longer or making these shorter. I don't know why they did that. I don't know, maybe that's how it appears in other movies, but in the Battle of Yavin, which is what I watched to double check, all of these four are the same length. So, yeah. But other than that, it looks pretty dang close to what it's supposed to be replicating. Oh yeah, dang, there's even, I don't know if I can get that on camera, but there's even detail in between the wings when you open them up. Like, continues the thruster engine bit. It's really cool. So yeah, overall, just very nice. Very, very, very nice. Now, on to size comparisons. So first up, we got a Lego minifigure. We got the Pack of Destruction minifigure Mothra. Get the Pack of Destruction minifigure Godzilla. On to more relevant comparisons, we have the Star Wars Power of the Force ASP-7 droid. Just because. We got the die-cast Vulture droid. We got the Lego Star Wars TIE Advanced prototype. The Lego Star Wars Millennium Falcon microfighter. And finally, here we have the previous review, the Lego DC Superheroes Catwoman Catcycle City Chase. Oops, drop Catwoman. Now, measuring time. So it is about, I guess I should, about 5.5 inches long, and it is almost 5 inches wide. So yeah, whoa. Yeah, it's small, but not too small. I like it. I really like this size. I think this is pretty good. So yeah, overall, I really like it. I think it's a pretty cool little set. Like I said, it's not too small. It's a perfect size for a little thing like this. And from what I've heard, the entirety of the Micro Galaxy Squadron line is going to be, like, they're going to try and make it to where all the ships are in scale with each other, or at least close enough. And if that's true, that's pretty cool. I think that'd be a cool thing to attempt, because I'm not sure if any other type of, miniature ship line has tried that before, or at least when it comes to Star Wars. Yeah, and, they did, the paint on the minifigures is kind of, isn't the greatest, but, it is forgivable because of the size. And also, trying to paint them any more detailed than they are, would take, a lot of work and a lot of patience and probably, a little more money. And so if they have to sacrifice, some paint on the figures so that the ship can look really good, I'm perfectly fine with that. Because, at the end of the day, you're not buying it for the minifigures. Those are just cool little bonuses. You're buying it for the little, the miniature ship. So if something is to be sacrificed, it makes sense to be the minifigures. But yeah, they're pretty cool. Now, honestly, my only real issue with this thing is that it doesn't come with a stand. And that is forgivable, but what isn't is that there's no way to plug any kind of stand into this. There's no hole anywhere. I mean, that's a screw hole, but there's no hole anywhere to where you could plug a stand into it, which just confuses me, because why would you not make it so it could be put on a stand? I mean, I know there's the claw stands where you can just, clip it on, but those look kind of clunky in my opinion. I feel like a plug-in stand looks a little sleeker. So I just don't understand why they didn't put any kind of hole where you can plug a stand into, because it's a Starfighter. Whoops, it's a Starfighter. It's meant to be in the air. So it's like, I really don't understand the thought process of not including a hole to plug a stand into. I just don't understand why they wouldn't put it in there. And I really hope that later Microfighters do include, not Microfighter, Micro Galaxy Squadron do include that in the future. Because it was kind of disappointing that this one doesn't have it, because you can just, just put it like that, and then that's it. Or just, you put it in attack formation, and you just set it down. And, I mean, yeah, it still looks cool, but, like, it just looks so much better if it was in the air. So, I don't know. As well, it's a major missed opportunity. I really wish that they had included it here, but they didn't. Oh, well. Doesn't ruin it in any way. Just, it's a little disappointing. So, yeah. That's pretty much it for the review. And overall, I think it's pretty cool. And if you wanted one for yourself, I think some stores may still carry it. But if not, on eBay it's selling for around $20 to $30. And I would say go for like the $20 one, because, yeah, $30 is a bit much for something that is not very big. $30 is basically what you would pay for like a full-sized X-Wing, not a little miniature one. Because I think it was only like $15 originally, so yeah. Overall, it's pretty cool. I like it. Just a couple things bug me about it, but for the most part, it's pretty dang good. That's pretty much it for the review. Hope you all enjoyed. See you later. Sayonara. Bye.